All right. Any questions about what we are doing? How does the completion state compare to the witnesses this far from release? I mean, the witness was really stressful because, like, the week before release, we filmed the final movie and stuff. Here, there's nothing crazy like that we have to do, but there's a lot of stuff coming in hot at the end. Like, probably several people on the team. Well, one person on the team thought the release date was crazy and got angry and quit. But not because people were working hard. I don't know. It was a weird thing that happened. Like, that was like 6 months ago. What bad thing was going to happen if the release date was too ambitious? I don't know. I mean, I can't speak for someone else, but it was definitely the case. So if you rewind back to last year at this time, 1 year ago, back then we even thought the game was going to come out in November. And I just wasn't working on it enough for it to come out in November. And the problem with this game is, back at that time, there was only so much that the rest of the team could do. Because I was saying stuff like, okay, there's going to be all this extra commentary and like a world where the commentary is and all that. But like, I need to make that stuff. And I was just bogged down in other projects. And also, it was hard to work on Braid Anniversary, right? So it just took me a while to get up to speed to the part where I was really able to do that stuff at an appreciable clip. And I don't know, someone got mad about it. And it's like, look, sorry, but, you know. But the funny thing was, he got mad about it after I was back working on the project full time. It's just, I think he didn't see me checking stuff into the game, so he thought I wasn't working on it, when in reality, I was off in Google Docs, like organized. There's like hundreds of commentary entries, right? And like for each one, we were going through original footage, or whatever you call audio footage. We were going through like 50 hours of audio footage, and first figuring out what general sequences go in the game. And then from those general sequences, refining like exactly what sentences go in. And then, oh, this explanation isn't very good. Can we substitute something else, right? And so you could imagine for hundreds of commentary entries, that takes a while. And that's what I was doing. And like, but he wasn't on the Google Docs, so he thought I wasn't doing anything. So he quit, I guess. I don't know. But I can't speak for him. That's just something kind of like that happened. How do you even handle situations like that? I mean, at this point, I have had enough people quit for weird reasons. And I've had to fire people for weird reasons. It's just water off a duck's back at this point. It's just like, look, I'm just doing my best. Sometimes regrettable things happen. The thing to remember, you can't control what happens, right? What you can mostly control is how you comport yourself when things happen, right? And so respond to things with a reasonable amount of grace. But also, here's the thing that you got to understand. When you're leading a game like this, right? And like maybe I lead games, like when you're an indie who's creative directing and running the company, you lead even more than like a triple game or whatever, or a triple A game. Because like in a triple A company, if a creative director quits, let's say, that might be a blow to the project, but you could get a new creative director probably or something, right? But if I decide not to creative direct, these games just aren't going to happen. And if I decide not to run the company, these games just aren't going to happen, right? Because there isn't another institution behind things making them go. What that ultimately means, though, is that, and it's weird because there's a flip side. Like on the one hand, you would think that because of that, oh, I have to be stressed all the time and all the pressure is on me and all that. And that's a little bit true, but it's it's only as stressful really as you let it be is the secret of life. And I do let it be stressful sometimes because I forget. But the thing is, it also means all the power is with you, right? Like, look, without me, this isn't going to happen. Obviously, because I wasn't working on it and it wasn't happening, right? And so, but what that means is other people, they're very limited in their capacity to do damage to the thing. Even, and I don't even mean intentionally do damage, but if somebody that you feel was going to be important to the project quits, it's like, okay, that's a bummer, but you're the key person on the project, not them, right? It's you. And so it's an inconvenience, but it's not fatal. And in fact, sometimes problems are solved that way. You just learn this after a while. You just learn this. But, also just don't be a jerk. Just, even when people are kind of being jerks, which from my perspective has happened quite a few times. Also from other people's perspective, I've been a jerk a little bit, but sometimes I disagree. Sometimes I agree. Usually when I'm a jerk, it's like only a momentary mistake as opposed to a long-term posture because I try to be reasonable about things. And I try to self-correct, but self-correcting does not mean believing everything people tell you and being a pushover like Columbia University.